With the lifting COVID restrictions, fundraising gala events are making a comeback as an effective way for nonprofits to raise funds, create awareness, and attract new donors. Drawing from my experience of managing fundraising dinners and events for the first half of my career, I wanted to share some tips to help nonprofits avoid common mistakes that can detract from success of their fundraising gala dinners. So in this video, we're going to explore 5 key things to avoid when planning a fundraising gala event and provide actionable tips to help you make your fundraiser more successful. Tip 1 is don't make it all about the money. Now, while the goal of fundraising is generally to raise money, it's important to remember that these events are also opportunities to build relationships with donors. Focusing solely on financial aspects of the event can leave donors feeling uncomfortable and less likely to donate. So here's some tips to help balance fundraising with relationship building. Avoid overwhelming donors with too many silent auction items or an extended live auction. This can detract from the event and pressure donors to spend money. Don't make too many requests for donations. Overwhelming donors with too many requests can make them uncomfortable and less likely to contribute. Instead, create an enjoyable atmosphere that engages donors in your cause. This can be achieved by offering event activities, aligning with your mission, and educating attendees while entertaining them. So consider inviting a guest speaker to talk about your organization's impact, showcase short videos or promos that can help highlight your organization's impact. This will help donors feel more connected to your cause and motivate them to give. And then you can close with a nice soft ask. Now, host mission-aligned interactive activities to help donors connect with your cause on a more personal level. So for example, you could have a photo booth with a backdrop that reflects your organization's mission, or a game that requires players to learn about your cause. You can utilize signage, QR codes, and handouts to communicate your organization's mission and impact throughout the event. And by focusing on relationship building in addition to fundraising, you can create a more engaging and effective fundraising dinner. By implementing these tips, you can leave a positive and lasting impression on your donors while achieving your fundraising goals. Your fundraising dinner's success is measured not only in dollars, but in relationships you build with your donors. Step 2 is don't be a Karen. Managing a fundraising dinner is a high pressure and stressful experience. So it's important to maintain a positive and professional attitude to ensure that the event runs smoothly and leaves a positive impression on donors. So here's some tips to help avoid Karen moments and promote professionalism. So encourage staff and volunteers to maintain a positive and professional attitude throughout the event. Remind them that they are the face of your organization and that their behavior can impact how donors perceive your cause. Provide adequate training for staff and volunteers to ensure that they understand their roles and responsibilities during the event. And this can help prevent confusion and minimize the risk of mistakes. Be respectful and courteous to all vendors, staff, and attendees. Avoid yelling at or showing frustration or talking adversely about anything or anyone, even if things don't go as planned. This can create a negative impression on donors and make them less likely to support your cause. Foster a culture of teamwork and communication. Encourage staff and volunteers to work together to solve problems and support each other when needed. This can help create a positive and supportive environment that promotes professionalism and a sense of community. So take every opportunity to express gratitude to everyone for their support. Showing appreciation can help build strong relationships and promote future support. Promoting professionalism and a positive attitude ensures that your fundraising dinner runs smoothly and leaves a lasting impression on your donors. Tip 3, don't ignore your donors' interests. Tailoring your fundraising dinner to your donors' interests can make it more engaging and impactful. By considering what your donors care about and what motivates them, you can create an event that is memorable and effective in raising funds for your cause. So here's some tips to help you tailor your event to your donors' interests. Conduct donor research. Before planning your event, conduct surveys and get feedback from your target audience. Find out what would make the event enjoyable for your attendees. Just because you might like it doesn't mean they will. So consider their preferences, interests, and age groups. Offer personalized experience for donors who make more significant contributions. So this can include a private tour of your organization's facilities, a meet and greet with staff and board members, or personalized thank you from the beneficiary of your programs. Personalizing experiences for your donors can help make them feel more connected to your organization and motivated to give. Tip 4, don't forget about the thank yous. Hosting a successful fundraising dinner requires more than just raising money, as I've mentioned before. But one of the most important aspects of a successful event is showing appreciation to your donors and volunteers. These individuals are giving their time and money to support your cause, and it's important to acknowledge and thank them for their contributions. So here's some tips to help express gratitude to your donors and volunteers. Designate some time. Make sure to have a specific time during the event to recognize and thank your donors and volunteers. This can be a public announcement, a speech from your organization's leader, or a video presentation. By publicly acknowledging your donors and volunteers, you are showing them that their contributions are valued and appreciated. You can also do personalized thank you notes, so consider sending personalized thank you notes to donors, volunteers, vendors, and the planning committee. Everyone at the event should be thanked. A personal touch can go a long way in making donors and volunteers feel appreciated and valued. Be specific about how their contribution made a difference and the impact it will have on your organization's mission. You can do a gratitude wall. Consider setting up a gratitude wall where attendees can write messages of thanks to your donors and volunteers. This can be a fun and interactive way to show appreciation and create a positive atmosphere at the event. Showing appreciation will not only make your donors and volunteers feel valued, but it will also encourage them to continue to support your cause in the future. By expressing appreciation through personalized thank you notes or public announcements during the event, you can build these relationships with your donors and volunteers and foster a culture of gratitude within your organization. Finally, tip 5, don't forget to follow up. Following up with donors after the event is crucial to building long-term donor relationships. This is above and beyond the thank you. It includes sending reports, pictures, and updates. Failing to do so can limit your organization's potential for future contributions. So here's some tips to follow up. You can send out updates on impact. So keep your donors updated on how their contributions have impacted your cause. This can be done through regular newsletters, emails, or social media posts. You can also share success stories and highlight the difference their donation has made in the lives of those your organization serves. You can share pictures of the event or videos. Nonprofits can significantly benefit from posting event pictures or videos online as a follow-up. This helps foster a sense of community and gratitude among attendees as they can see their participation and impact of their support. Posting event pictures also extends to the event's reach beyond the physical location, enabling nonprofits to showcase their mission achievements and the people they serve to a broader audience. Vendor follow-up. Don't forget to follow up with vendors as well. Ask for feedback on the event and thank them for their contribution. They do so many of these that getting their feedback is very important to help you tailor it better for next year. Now here's another little side tip, but when you share photos and reports with your event vendors, make sure to leave them a Google review if they did a good job. So this can help build stronger relationships with vendors and encourage them to support your cause again in the future. Maybe they'll sponsor you. By following up with donors and vendors after the event, you're showing them that their contributions are valued and appreciated. Updates on the impact of their gifts can help build long-term donor relationships and increase the likelihood of future donations. Nonprofits can create successful fundraising dinners by avoiding these common mistakes and focusing on relationship building, expressing gratitude, paying attention to the details, and catering to donors' interests. By implementing these tips, you can create a memorable and enjoyable experience for your donors while raising funds for your cause. So good luck with your next future fundraising event, and I really hope this was helpful. As I said, I did events for years and I know the time and energy they take. I also get the stress they produce, so feel free to drop me a comment below and I'd be happy to chat with you. So, see you next week.